gonna try to find a piece of trash and we're gonna turn it into a camera and actually take a real picture out of it. It would actually work like this too. We just curl the film up, put it inside, slide it down. Look at that, the RF signal. This is like we're standing underneath a set of power lines right now. It just went 1400.
There is a connection between the paranormal, UFOs, and the myths of ancient history. The clues are scattered across the landscape from a forbidden past, maybe even in your own backyard. There is a connection between the true nature of our reality, consciousness, and the unexplained. I'm Carl the Crusher. Let's explore the unknown.
I don't know, guys, stuff like that. When the RF meter starts spiking up like it's receiving a signal from somewhere, that's a real mystery, right? But I honestly think that's probably the actual residue and some of the evidence that we're looking for that shows us that what we're experiencing when we go out and we meditate, when we visit places like this, or go to spots like Skinwalker Ranch, why they have some kind of an effect on us, why people see things or experience things, and then they're actually there and manifest, and they capture them on camera or they capture them on scientific data and equipment and sensors, and why we're getting the proof of it with our MUPOS devices, with the modular sensors, because there's actual footprints left behind. Whatever this phenomena is and whatever's going on seems to be like when it passes through, it leaves a trail, just like a boat leaves a wake behind it. Whatever this phenomena is, there's a resonating energy. But some of these boulders here are apparently resonating almost like a tuning fork or like some kind of a radio transmitter or receiver. And that would honestly explain why they're all carved like this, if that's the case. This one is just so amazing. I never ever claim that I know what any of this is, but I always pose the question, like, what do you guys think? Does this look like it depicts some kind of a UFO landing? Gosh, it sure does to me, kind of. The one thing where I'm hesitant to be like, to talk about how these look like UFOs is because a lot of the times they have 5 lines going off. Now, these lines go up and then they seem to go way up and they connect to almost like an entire grid. So I don't know what that means. But the reason that when they have 5, it makes me think that it's supposed to be a foot or a hand or something, you know? Just because it's like fingers or toes. But then again, why would they be so long? And why does it look like a jellyfish? The same patterns up there, like coming down the stone up there as we saw the other one. Should we check this one and see if it has any kind of RF? Yeah, and look at all this. This whole thing right here looks like almost like a big jellyfish. Look at the wavy lines carved into it on purpose. And right at the top is the person, this whole strange event. And then we got to go check where I hid the camera. We still got to get that and take it back because we have to go tape over the aperture and the hole, and we got to recover the camera, sneak it back out in our backpack, get it back to the house, take a picture of the negative, invert the negative, and then we get to see our picture and see if it actually worked. That's going to be cool. I don't know, maybe the RF was coming off of my mic, my phone. We got to think of other things. Who knows? Nothing right now. This all looks like a 0. 30, 35, 50, 55. Oh shit. Ew. Did you die? Do you want me to do CPR on you? You fell over and hit your head pretty freaking hard down there. You okay? Caught your toe on a rock and took a head spill, didn't you? Jeez, guys. Watch your step better next time. You're going to come out hiking with me. You can't be tripping over rocks and smacking your head and stuff. I almost lost you there. Okay, let's see. All right, you're on the selfie stick now, because if I can't trust you to stand still, I'm going to have to carry you around, right? Be like the Mandalorian. You're like baby Groku or whatever his name is. Okay, here we go. But we had a signal jump up over 50 here. I'm filming it like this because I want to keep my phone away from affecting it. But this did jump up over 50 right when my tripod took a nosedive. I don't know. Could be. Definitely lower grade, but there is some kind of a weird radio frequency. That just shot up to 340 there. I don't know. There's petroglyphs over here too. Yeah, look at this one. Interesting. So many of these boulders have got carvings on them. Even the ones in front of you and like down on the ground, a lot of them are carved. But that has that whole box pattern and grid on it. Let's walk around this one and look. Paying attention to our feet. And a lot of times you guys notice the audio when I walk between these boulders, the Bluetooth on my microphone will glitch. It's like gets all crackly, like the radio frequency gets interfered by the geology. I don't know. Yeah, there's just some lines. Bullseye pattern here. Let's go check over here. Oh, look at this guy. Wow, cool. Look at him. He's awesome. That is so cool. Look at that dude. He's got this short little body here, this wide stance. His shoulders go out. Look at his hand going down like this kind of. And then it's almost like he's holding something. And then look at his big headdress. It's like a big bird on top of his head. Or it's almost like a totem pole. Like there's a figure on top of a figure. Look at that. Here's one on top of the other. What the heck? Or is this like some big headdress thing? That guy is cool looking. Wow. I don't know if I've ever noticed him before. Always watch your feet. There could be pottery and different things. Yo, he's cool. I love the shape of his head. It's so awesome. Like, why like that? What the heck? This is like some ancient adult cartoons almost. Look at this. Wow. There's a goat, and then there's like this glyph here. It's all worn away though. Big circle pattern here. Like a big Easter egg, huh? I don't know if I've ever even looked at this boulder back here. Very cool. That guy is so awesome. Look at him. Should we see if our hiding spot worked? There it is. Our camera's still there and it's still working. Awesome. Nobody found it. Okay, so here's what we gotta do. We gotta put tape over the aperture to block out the light, and then get it in our backpack real quick. Okay, camera's turned off. Right? Now we're gonna put all these little rocks back, basically exactly where we found them. That worked. And our camera and our photograph is all sealed in there. And now that we've closed off the pinhole, it's no longer taking the photo and it's all blocked out from the light. So when we get home, we can open this up in a dark room, slide the film out, and capture the picture. We have successfully recovered our can camera that we made out of garbage that we found. So that's cool, right? And then I noticed these symbols. Look at this. It's like a square symbol and a arch right there. Interesting. And then up here, look at these really old ones. 2 figures. Why in the world does this one have 4 legs? They kind of both do. Almost like a minotaur or something. Right? It's definitely that squatter man motif, it looks like. Got the arms and the shoulders down. Notice how there's that lichen growing on it. That white, like mossy looking stuff. Why that? Why did they do the figures like that? That's so fascinating. I mean, that one looks less like a person and looks more like a bird coming off of a table or something. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know why they would draw them like that. Now I'm kind of like just looking around. Look at how differently colored this rock is here. It's completely like creamy white colored. And notice how they intentionally did on 2 different levels of the stone. Like one is on purpose there and the other one's down here. Like why? Like one is inside the rock and one is out, like coming out of a dimension. I don't know. Why would they do that? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's certainly an odd looking one. So another whole area that I just haven't spent a lot of time right here. I can't tell. This one looks older, but that one does not. Wow, this whole place, the way the geology is wild. Right? Look at this big stone. It's hollowed out all the way underneath it. Just like a lot of the other ones here, like big eggs cracked open. And look, there's like a goat perfectly drawn on the line. See? Look at that. There's carvings up above it too. Isn't that amazing? I'm gonna watch my step here. Look at that. And then there's a big spiral up above it, almost like the moon or the sun. Like they're just drawing what they saw. How cool. That's really cool. Freaking windy. It's windy out here. Whoa, this really is hollowed out. Okay, look at that big cross with a burst at the top. See that? Wow. Oh, there is some on this backside here. Look. Now, you should know also that I'm already doing meditations here. So I am trying to consciously connect all of this with some kind of a UFO event like the Skywatcher team is doing. We're going to try and connect our consciousness to this phenomena and to the stars. See, look at this. That's what this guy's doing, it looks like, almost. Look, there's a person. Connected to his hand is this line going up and connected to this circle above him. And then right next to him is an upside down figure, like an opposite. Like a going up and a coming down. See that? And it's on top of this way up here. Like you're meant to sit up there or lay up there and look up and connect with that. And notice how the one person's right side up and the other one's upside down. And look at, he's holding one and it's going up. Or he came down out of that. Interesting.
At this part of the vlog, for some reason, I did not turn my microphone on. So I was hiking around this whole area, noticing how a lot of these big sandstone boulders are really hollowed out, kind of like cracked eggs. And they all have carvings on them, small glyphs and different symbols. They all look like they are related to hunting camps. They have depictions of goats. And I almost wonder if this part of the mountain and the area is where maybe different families used to camp out or live. And so they would just have like a little glyph. So you can see this one here has the goat, and there's like little scratches around it. And you come around the backside and there's all these like hollowed out areas underneath in different alcoves, but not a lot of carvings. It's interesting to think about like why they picked particular spots to carve. Like, why would they put the goat down low on the bottom of that boulder, but not somewhere else? So it's always really interesting to look around. And then as I was hiking up to this area, I jump scared a jackrabbit that took off running. It always surprises me how fast they are. When you see jackrabbits actually take off running, they look like a little cheetah, like how fast they can take off and run.
I just realized I didn't have my microphone turned on that old clip. But yeah, scared a jackrabbit up. But don't all these look like eggs? Whoa, there's a bone underneath there. What the heck? There's a little bone up underneath there. Huh. This place is so cool. You can kind of tell some of these rocks have been moved around, like you can tell people have moved them and placed them. This would have made a pretty awesome base camp to be able to chill here, hide underneath the rocks, sharpen your tools, make your arrows, and get your weapons all set. And then you go out there and do your hunt, right? But it kind of makes sense. All these little boulders are hollowed out on the inside, almost like little tents, little caves, and they've all got markers like they were, like this is a hunting camp. Could be. Does anybody know mushrooms? What kind of mushroom is this? Wow, it's still got all the dried up, the spores in there, look. Is that what that is? Is that a mushroom or is that a flower that's wilted? It might be a flower. I can't tell. That looks just like a mushroom growing out of the desert, sitting there, all dried out. It's pretty stiff though. Might not be. Carved up there. Wow. What the heck? What? What the hell? That is absolutely perfectly smooth. That is 100% like a drill bit. With no. What the hell? Guys, how far in does this go? What the heck? Look at the edges of this, guys. It is perfectly circular. Look at that. 100% smooth, like it was drilled with a machine. What in the hell is this doing here? Look at that edge. It's not even like flaked on the edge. How would they have done that? Right? Look at this. What? This is the weirdest thing. I'm like kind of scared to stick my finger in there, honestly. What the hell? That is the weirdest thing. Look at that. How smooth that is. Just like it's drilled out of there. right? It's 100% perfectly smooth. There's one little ridge inside of there, and it goes all the way around. The ridge does. Well, we're gonna have to bring an endoscope out here. I've got not an endoscope, but I do have a scope that we can stick in there and see if it goes anywhere into like an opening or anything. Does it go all the way through? What the hell? I mean, there's all these little holes and stuff, but these are natural. That one does not look natural. Again, I'm looking at my feet, making sure I'm not going to step on any artifacts or metate stones or something. So windy. Look at how odd this thing looks. I mean, there's kind of I mean, this looks drilled. Sometimes these are like dunk, 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 and they sound like glass, you know? What the heck? That is bizarro. Does it point? Kind of that other rock over there. Try to walk exactly the direction that it's pointing. See where it takes us. If we find another one, because we did find two little pinholes the other day in a different rock over here. We can go back there and I'll show you in a second, but that's kind of weird. It's just like a drilled in straight hole. Like, I don't know why you would do that. It's definitely pointing up at this one right here. I can't tell. I mean, it could be pointing right into this one, you know, like. I don't know. It's hard. You'd have to put a laser pointer inside the hole at night and then see where it pointed, which we could do that too. I have a laser pointer. When I've been talking about how the geology matters and how underground is just like a whole layer of crystal, I'm not exaggerating. So then look at the way that the water runs down through here, and it all condenses, but it reveals this layer. And look at this. We come down here, we've got this layer of blue clay. First of all, that's really interesting that they find at Blind Frog Ranch on that show a lot. Right at this weird energetic layer, they find this blue clay everywhere, and then they get strange readings out of the ground. And then look at this selenite. Look at this, is all crystal. This is just a huge layer of crystal, like a whole pancake. Look how thick that is. It's as thick as my thumb. And see how it's 100% like a layer of selenite and quartz and calcium deposit all packed like a pancake, and it runs underneath this entire valley, and then these boulders stick up out of it, and we walk around and sit on it and meditate like a big circuit board, right? Look at this. See it? It's just coming out of the ground. Isn't that amazing? A whole layer. You can see how thick it is. So you got to imagine that's like a carpet that runs underneath everything here, affecting the way the electromagnetic field is flowing through this area, like it has to. And then the people were sitting and sleeping underneath these boulders, carving symbols all over them, and we wonder why. A lot of little mysteries that we gotta come back and uncover. Who knows? Okay, let's go back to the truck. We'll get our gear ready and get set up. We're gonna start getting ready for night watch. I really want to start getting serious about actually trying to summon a UFO and have a landing actually come down and film this for you guys. I think we're getting to the point where it's about time to start trying to do some of that. So let's go get set up.
What a beautiful evening. Wow, look at that sunset. Can't even see it. Crazy. We got our camera, guys. Our can camera. Isn't that cool? We found a piece of trash, 2 cans, just laying up there at the gun range. Turned it into a camera. I hope that it worked. I think we got a picture in here, so we got to get it home and we'll take the lid off. And in the black light, we'll turn my black light flashlight on. We'll pull the film out and then take a picture of it. And then we have to invert the image. So I'm not sure I'm going to figure out how to do that. But what I want to do right now is the sun's setting. I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to get real quiet. I'm going to meditate. And I'm not going to film this part, but I'm going to do the meditation. So I'm going to play audio through the truck speakers. I'm going to go through CE5, different ultra low wave frequencies, different ranges in there. And we're going to start to do our sky watching. I know that's just my coffee mug. I'm actually listening to 16 hertz sine wave tone. Literally just a YouTube video. 16 hertz sine. Let's see. There we go. It's an ultra low frequency, and I've got my camera. This is my night vision camera. I've flipped it over to daytime mode. And right now, I'm literally just projecting an ultra low 16 hertz tone, ultra low frequency sound out of my truck speakers right now while I skywatch. It's very windy. So this would be part of the expedition, the field trip that we're doing, where we're trying to do our own experiments with our version of the dog whistle. I can feel this going through my body almost more than I can hear it. And I almost wish that I had a big subwoofer that I could project this out. I've just got the stock truck speakers. And I'm standing outside of my truck right now like this. Hello. I felt I was actually asleep in the cab of the truck, and I felt this wave of energy come over me that was like, look up, look up. And I got out of the truck and looked up, and I saw this thing moving overhead. It's still kind of daylight out. Yeah. This is actually more what it looks like to me. Hello? I've been deep in meditation. I looked up and I was like, there's a star right there. And then it just like blinked on and off, and then it just moved through the clouds. Hopefully the wind is not terrible. I'm sorry. It's kind of overcast. There it is. Can you come down? Could be a satellite. It was very bright. That's a plane. I'm doing the ultra low frequencies again. It's a very overcast right now though, so it's extremely difficult to see anything in the sky. Lots of interesting things moving around in the sky, but all, again, could just be satellites. You see this one at the top here. Almost disappears when I zoom in. It might be a little bit too overcast for tonight. A lot of cloud cover. Just have like this little window here. Oh, it's so faint. There's this little object right here. I looked up at it and I swear to you I saw it do a circle. I was trying to keep it right in the middle of the frame. It's very faint. Is that... Yeah, it's very hard to tell. Oh, it's moving left. See it? It's still in the middle of the frame. Okay, I'm going to try to do telepathy. It's coming straight down. Speakers in my truck just shut off. It's so faint, but it's still coming down. Hey, there's Starlink. We caught Starlink. Look at that. Isn't that weird looking? I can't believe I caught this on camera on the night vision. That's cool. That's 100% what that is. See it? Flying over the south horizon. That's so weird looking up there. It's kind of annoying that that's like man-made junk up in space that we put up there now that we have to look at forever. Wow. That one's moving a lot slower than Starlink was, I think. I could have sworn I saw phantom lights on the mesa. Meaning flowing lights the same way that they happen at Magic Mesa. Look at all the blue pixels trying to like pick up the slack. Like look at the energy coming off when I pan the camera down, it just the screen turns like purple, like trying to gather the image here. What is that? It's like pulsing energy. Look at that. I gotta try and see if I can see that with my own eyes and not the. Is that somebody driving over there? It's moving really weird. I think it's following along the ridgeline, so it could just be an ATV. Someone on a motorcycle way over there. Something is moving right up there. Where did it go? I'm starting to lose my sky again. It's getting overcast, like really bad. Like, look at this. Can't see anything. There's just like a couple of little patches, but something definitely moved through the clouds right there. I kind of want to go home and check out our camera. I kind of want to develop that film and see if we got a picture. I think that would be so cool, right? Do you guys want to go do that? Somebody's driving out here. There's a light. There's a light coming up the trail. I wonder who this could be. There's a truck driving out here. All right. Time to go home. We are back at the house now, and we've got our camera here. Okay, so what I want to do, I've never done this before, so I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm gonna get this bag ready because as soon as I take it out of here, I'm gonna lay it down on top of this bag so it's like a clean, dark background. And then I'm gonna actually stop filming for a second with the phone, and I'm gonna switch over to my camera mode, and it's supposed to show me a negative. So it will show like an inverted image of whatever scene that we captured in the picture. And it's kind of crazy that there's the lens. That's where the hole is. It's dark in my house on purpose because I don't want to overexpose the film, right? This photo paper. Okay, moment of truth. Zoom in just a little. I'm nervous. I don't know if this worked at all. Okay, so there's the photo paper. It's down in there, see? Oh, look, it's all turning like pink. Okay, it's out. Oh, I need to grab tape. Did it work? Did it work? Did it work?
I can see some shapes appearing. There's definitely like the line of rocks and stuff there. See? Is it gonna work? Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I don't know if I did it right. I'm just gonna keep waiting. I can see the edge of like rocks, and then there's this line right here. I kind of feel like it's still trying to develop a little bit. Maybe I didn't do it right. Maybe that's it. Is that dark line actually like the path of the sun? Like what am I seeing here? This is crazy. Why is there this dark line going right up through the middle? But you can totally see where the edge of the rock is that I used to hide the can in. And then this is like the edge, and it's looking up at the sky. But we totally took a picture. I think it is still trying to develop. There, you can see the edge over here on the right side. Like look right over here on this edge here. It's starting to like crisp up. Like you can see the edge of the mountain. That is wild, right? Is it upside down? Am I looking at it upside down? How would we know? How would we know? We gotta keep waiting for it to develop. Which way's right side up, guys? Oh no, I can't tell. I probably screwed it up. Okay, we're gonna give it another minute here. I'm gonna keep taking pictures of it and hopefully it turns out. I don't know which way's up now. That is so funny. I think this is literally the path of the sun, but that doesn't make sense. It seems like the sun should go from like left to right. Well, does it flip? I don't get what's going on. It's so crazy. I wish I could tell what I was looking at. What the heck? Is this the sun rising and setting? Like, what? This is so crazy. I kind of think this is the right way up, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna take some more pictures and then I'm gonna hide it. I think this is the right way up. Wow, that is freaking cool looking. Wow, look at, you can see the rocks starting to develop. That's the sun coming up. Straight shot. That's the sun rising. That's what we got a picture of. This is the time lapse of the sun going up over the camera. Damn, that is amazing. It was upside down. So this is the rocks right here in front of the camera, the hill, and this is the sun. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna get pictures of this and then we're gonna flip it into an inverted image before I ruin it. We're in the office on Photoshop now, so let's just see what I can do. Got this one. This one's got some glares from the picture that I took. Let's just see what happens with this. Okay. Try to square it up a little bit. This was a lot harder than it looked. Okay. Invert. That's crazy. Here, I'm going to get my face out of the way. That's the sun going up and down. Wow, in the middle. So those are the rocks. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, let's see if we can do it to this one. Okay, we'll back out.
Oh, wrong one. Zoom in here. These glares, I'm a little bummed out that I got these light glares. You got to do this in a dark room, right? So this dark line going up is actually an exposure of the sun rising. That's what this is right here, right? I have to be zoomed out like this so I can get the whole framed thing rotated like this. You ready? Yo. We freaking took a picture with garbage with a couple of cans. So this is a boulder right here on the right side. This is the rocks. It was upside down. This is the sky up here. And that's the freaking sun. What? That's the sun going up. Okay, let's do this one too. This is awesome. Ian, bro, thank you. This is so cool. I'm going to start doing this. Like, I kind of want to get like a 5-gallon bucket and do a whole sheet of paper, like a big one, drill a hole in it and set it up somewhere really cool and just like take a whole landscape shot. This is so fascinating that you can do photography with trash that you find. We totally did that. Look at this. And then we go invert. Yo, that's crazy. We can even get a little bit crazier. Let's change the exposure just a little bit. The gamma. Look, you could see all the boulders, the rocks and everything down here, and then that's the sun going up. This is so cool. We'll go hue and saturation. I know you guys can't see all my little menus, but look at this. It looks like the surface of Mars. Yo. That's freaking cool. Whoa, dude. I can't believe that we took a picture with a piece of trash. Wow. That is just the sun going right up through the middle of the frame. I can't believe that we got that shot. I actually like this one in blue, so I'm going to go back to that. Very cool. We did it, you guys. We actually took a picture with 2 cans stuck together and some photo paper and a little hole pinned in it. So cool. I hope you guys got a lot of fun out of this video and some cool experiences. Might even been broken up into a couple of parts, part 1 and 2 for this. But you know how it goes. When we go out to these ancient sites, it's like a series that never ends. We're going to keep doing this and keep going. So let me know where you want me to do this next. I think this is a great idea. It's so fun going out and taking pictures. And I just want to get better at it. It's like the more you look at it, you're like, okay, now I just want to get one that has like a house or a tree or an old cabin or something cool like that. So we can tell the features a little bit more and not be so scared where we hide it. But that's so cool that we were able to pull that off. All right, guys, hope you had fun with this video. Love y'all. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up and subscribing. Turn on the notifications. If you haven't gone and tried out any of the workshops over on the Patreon, please go and check those out. We'll see you in the next one.